We've heard this threat going back all the way to August. The governor says these are not needed. Do you have any idea when they'll arrive?
Well, I believe they're going to be Illinois National Guardsmen, so they're not going to be coming from out of state. I spoke with our governor yesterday, and it looks like it's going to be about 300 Illinois Guardsmen who will be activated against the governor's wishes. So they'll be homegrown Illinoisans, and they're our brothers and sisters, our neighbors. I probably served with quite a number of them, certainly the leadership, and they'll be home. We'll welcome them. It's a misuse of the National Guard. They're not needed in this particular role. If President Trump really wanted to fight crime, then maybe he should stop defunding the police. He diverted $800 million in crime prevention efforts away from that was appropriated away from funding for our police officers. So, they're not needed, but we're going to welcome them because they're our brothers and sisters, and we're proud of our National Guard.
He has surged, or the federal government has surged agents from different groups. The FBI said yesterday they're sending folks in. Tell me about these protests, because the images look pretty intense of what has happened in between people on the streets of Chicago. We're showing some of that video now around immigration issues. As I understand yesterday, ICE authorities shot a Chicago woman in the Brighton Park area. Secretary Noem claimed ICE fired defensive shots at this woman who was armed, who had appeared in a Border Patrol intelligence bulletin previously. She claims that federal agents were surrounded and were threatened. What are local authorities telling you about what they think happened here?
Well, they lie, right? The Trump administration lies. We have a president who's a known liar, and they've been lying about the situation all along. And in fact, they even shot tear gas grenades, I think, at a reporter who was simply driving by with her window open. And so we're urging our protesters, remain calm, peaceful protests, exercise your First Amendment rights, but videotape everything. Everybody has a phone. Tape everything so we actually have real evidence of what is happening. We know the Trump administration lies consistently. And what I am hearing is that for the large part, people are being very quiet, are being very respectful, but ICE is being very aggressive. Remember that they are zip tying children. They are raiding apartment blocks in the middle of the night, separating children from their families, pulling people out onto the streets naked. They are using Gestapo tactics in Chicago. And this is what Trump wants to do, right? He wants to intimidate the people of Chicago. That's not going to happen. And we're going to document everything and make sure, just as the judge in Portland said, that these requirements, these orders from the Trump administration are not actually tied to reality.
You're talking about President Trump's directive to send Oregon National Guard troops into Portland, and the judge said that untethered to the facts. But in this case, I mean, the Homeland Security advisor says there's a large and growing movement of left-wing terrorism organized and funded. They're posting on Homeland Security images of snipers. So we're not talking troops, we're talking about federal agents that are carrying out some of this right now. Have you seen any evidence of what Stephen Miller is describing here in terms of organization and targeting of federal agents?
No, not at all. It's simply not happening. They are lying. And so if anybody is targeting anyone, it is out of control ICE agents targeting, again, zip tying children, throwing reporters onto the ground, separating children from their mothers, trying to convince schools to turn over kids from public schools. They are ranging through the streets of Chicago, trying to intimidate everyday ordinary citizens who are just trying to go to school and go to work. That's not acceptable. That's not what America is about. And it is shameful that the President of the United States has instigated this on one of its greatest cities. He should be defending the city. He should be protecting the city. Send us the federal dollars that were appropriated in a bipartisan way to support law enforcement. They took money away from law enforcement officers, child prevention effort, violence against children prevention efforts. They've literally, this president has defunded the police.
Well, that is counter their messaging, at least, but on the messaging around the